We're going to go ahead and get started. Susan and William, to those who are here, welcome to our second room IACBE presentations. This afternoon, we're going to have a fantastic presentation coming from Susan and William entitled Enhancing, nope, that's not yours. Entitled Energizing the Course Room Through Innovation, and looking specifically at BUS 621, leadership and teamwork. So Susan, you're starting us off?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Dr. Ivy. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today as we present on energizing in the course room through innovation. My name is Dr. Susan Sasiadek. My colleague, Dr. William Woods, and I will be presenting today. We are both core faculty members with the Forbes School of Business and Technology at Oxford University in the MBA program. In addition to representing our college as faculty senators, we both designed this course, and we're excited to share with you some of the innovative ways we've integrated technology with practical applications in an effort to develop a closer student relationship, in addition to building on our students' investment and helping them to be successful. Our MBA program was recently revised in an effort to add practicality to our classes and allow our students to not only learn from an academic standpoint, but also to build on real-world applications. Our MBA today consists of 36 credit hours, 11 core courses, 2 electives. The first course, Leadership and Teamwork, is the first of the core courses that we'll be presenting on today. Some of the unique elements that we've included in our class is that faculty have videos built into the class. This helps us build up the relationship with our students in being able to see faculty members versus just corresponding via email and discussions. Next, having our students present in the form of video also builds on this relationship, building in addition integrated technology of practical experience into the online classroom. I'd like to share with you an example. A unique feature in this class is the use of various speeches. In week 2, we go back as far as 1950, having leaders with speeches that are video recorded and audio recorded. Students are able to observe the mannerisms, the body language, tone of voice, etc. They are then asked to present a speech to the class in the form of a discussion. The topic is the importance of communication in business today. Students have the opportunity to apply a hands-on what they learned in a practical lesson plan that builds on the student's success in the MBA program. Throughout the course, we also have video recordings from leaders. This starts with an introduction from Steve Forbes at the beginning of our course. The author of one of the textbooks used in the class is Dr. Odekoven. He presents a video in the form of an interview in week 3, in which students are able to not only see the author live, but also receive firsthand knowledge from this video. Again, building on the students' investment, applying practical information to help our students be successful. PowerPoints are applied in week 1 assignment. We ask our students to watch the video, The Last Lecture by Randy Posh, and then provide a presentation via PowerPoint with audio. They are asked to analyze 7 key leadership competencies they observed in that video. This not only allows the instructor to place a voice with the student right from the get-go, but it also builds that relationship between the instructor and the student. It also sets the tone and the expectations of the MBA program. The next portion of our presentation will be presented by Dr. William Woods.
All right. Thank you for having me, everyone. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that you're here. And when we look at the technology that we are incorporating into this classroom, one of the things that I want you to be cognizant of is that it's not just technology for the sake of technology. It is technology that will help our students win at life as they learn in this course and throughout courses in the MBA program. The other thing is that it produces a return on investment because the students pay to be in the class, or their employers pay for them to be in the class, and then by what they learn and what they are exposed to, that is the return on investment for the students that helps them develop winning ways. We incorporated Strengths Finders into the course room, and what's great about that is it helps the student to learn about themselves. What they do is they go to an outside website through Clifton Strengths, and then they take a 177 question assessment, and upon taking that assessment, they're able to all of a sudden know what their 5 core strengths are out of 34 different themes that are listed in Strengths Finders. The other thing that they also work and benefit from is through Civitas. This type of technology being in our course room is great because now this is the first course in the program. And one of the things that especially has to happen in that first course of the program is that we as professors and we as Ashford University and Forbes School of Business and Technology need to keep track of how our students are doing, not just grade-wise, but also engagement in the course. And so with Civitas as technology in our course room, we're able to look at it every week and see how well the students are doing so far as participating with their instructor, participating with their fellow classmates in the discussions, and also so far as turning in their work. And so Civitas is great for that, and it creates a range of participation for the students or engagement, and the range is from very low to very high. What is really cool about this particular software technology being in our classroom is that it partners the student not only with the professor, but also with their advisors. So if the student is not doing as great, we can all of a sudden send them a nudge and also send the same nudge to their advisor, and the advisor can get involved in the process by giving the student some words of encouragement. And that is fantastic. And one of the things that I've noticed in the classroom is that when you send those students those encouraging nudges, a lot of them will actually respond back to you to thank you for showing interest in them. Another form of technology that we have that's right in the classroom is the Writing Center. Now, sometimes students have really great writing skills, but then sometimes students also have writing skills that need improvement. Well, by having the Writing Center there to be able to give the students referrals to the Writing Center and they're being in the classroom, all they have to do is click, and that takes them right to the Writing Center where they can submit discussion or they can submit other assignments and have the people at the Writing Center take a look at it and make suggestions to them. In that way, they start to win at writing. With Civitas, they win at engagement, and now they win at writing. And you know what that does for the student? As you get better at writing, it does something where all of a sudden your self-confidence gets a boost. Now, because we are the first class in the course room, some students have not been in school for a number of years, and they don't know how well they're going to be able to do, and sometimes they may even have a little bit lower self-esteem. But by having this technology in the course room, then they are getting more assistance, more support, and we are there for them. Another technology that we have right in the course room is the library itself. Now, what's great about this library is that we have a team that works in the library that if the student needs direct help, they can get direct help, and that's fantastic. And so at their fingertips, they have these databases with all of these scholarly articles that they can all of a sudden access in a short amount of time and then be able to use those to invest in their success. The next thing we have in the course room is Portfolium. So what's great about this, and we encourage our students to use Portfolium, is that they can take their best work that they've done and be able to save that in a folder on the Portfolium website, through the Portfolium website, and be able to show that to prospective employers or potential employers, and also be able to show their best work to their current employers. Now, I like that because if you're going to show off, you've got to give it your best, and because they also use the other tools that we're offering them in the course room, then they can really develop a well-honed product that they can brag about to their employers, and so that's important. The next slide here. Our goal within the MBA program is to inspire leaders through innovation and develop their entrepreneurial spirit. So what that means is that this program is designed to have an impact on our students. Now think about this. Our students in the past, we didn't assess their presentation skills. Because they participated in discussions that were written discussions, but now that we are able to use PowerPoint in the course room and also have a link for the students to record themselves while in the course room and then upload that presentation right to the course room for us to be able to assess. Nobody else gets to see it but we, the instructors and the students. Then we can see how they are able to present. And what's great about that in this particular course is we give them instruction first on how to give a presentation with an introduction, a main body, and a conclusion, and all three are tied together. And so as the students do that, they can practice over and over again, and then when they have completed their practice, hit that link in our course room using that technology, and then upload it so we, the professors, can see that. The other thing is, in our course, which is, I think is one of the coolest things, is that the students get to see videos of their professor. It's no longer a static picture of the professor on their best day. It's a video of the professor being able to speak back to them and be able to impart into their lives things that will help them in the course. And so that's a different thing that we now have in our course. Students are also able to see historical evidence in videos. And so like in this particular course, you know, they get to see a speech by President Obama, by President Kennedy, by President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and also Dr. King and Malala Yousafzai. And by seeing these videos and the context for what the videos were shot, that gives them a historical perspective as students, and that sometimes can be a little bit different than just reading an article. And one of the great things is that when they're watching those videos, they also get to see the body language that these presenters use and the inflections in their voice. And you can't read inflection in a script, but you can hear it with your ears and see how the body language is working out. And that can serve as future encouragement to the students about how they give their presentations in an effective manner. So students are able to see historical evidence in the videos. Also, the students have a repository of their best work to share. You know, I have a few papers from my college years that I saved, and then I printed them out, which was a good thing I did because I've had computers crash over the years. But by them being able to use the technology that's in the course rooms, like Portfolio, they're able to save that stuff to the web. And then years later, they can still come back and take a look at it and then print it out if they need to and be able to show it again to other people. Hey, one of the great things about that is the people who go to college, they often inspire other people to go to college, and they can show them what they did. So the next thing is our impact on professors with this technology in the classroom, and also through our engagement in the classroom. We get to see and hear our students. When we watch the videos that they create, and they have put their hearts into that, trying to do well, trying to score a lot of points, being able to meet the assessment requirements, we get to see how they act with their body language. We get to see the control that they have over the topic as they verbally pursue being able to communicate with us. Before in our course rooms, before we did this, that wasn't available. But now it is. And see, what's great about that is it helps with the relationship building, because they've seen us in videos, and now we see them in videos. They've heard us, and now we hear them. And see, there's something about being able to hear and see that helps with the process. The other thing is that the technology gives us more ways of assessing our students. So now that we get to see presentations, and now that we get to see PowerPoint slides, that gives us two more avenues of assessing our students, which goes into the third point, which is the presentation technologies gives us more skills to talk about when we are giving referrals to students to their employers, and when they're looking for other employment. Either they're looking for promotions on their current job, or they're looking for a brand new job. And so when the students ask us for referrals, then we can say, here's what I liked about this student, here's what this student excelled at, here's what this student has to offer that's great. So in conclusion, this technology in our classroom, again, it's helping our students win at life. It's giving a return on investment to our students, and it's helping to build the students' confidence as they complete this first course in the MBA program. So at this time, I'd like to open the floor up to questions if you have those for us. The floor is yours.
William, it's Tom. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well. Thank you very much.
When you mentioned the students provide the presentations, I know you gave them structure before, and I'm sorry if I missed it, but do you give, once they upload the presentations and you watch them, do you provide feedback on those presentations?
Absolutely. The presentation is considered an assignment just as a written assignment is. And in Canvas, once you're viewing the presentation, there's like a sidebar that you're able to fill in a box that you're able to give good feedback to the students. And the sidebar box is not limited to how many words that you can put into it. And so that's the great part. And once you click submit, the student automatically has access to that feedback.
And when you mentioned the referrals, is it accurate to say that I heard you say that if someone is working and they go for a promotion, that you guys are actually asked at times to give a referral for that promotion where they're already working for somebody?
Right. The whole time that I've been with Ashford, which has been about 15 years, there always have been students who ask for referrals. And, you know, one of the referrals I forgot to mention was that, like, I'm the advisor for Golden Key International Honor Society, and a lot of my advisees, when they are vying for scholarships, they also ask for referrals that way. And so Ashford has a mechanism where the student can fill out a form about the referral and gives us permission to give a referral to them, to those scholarship committees and also employers.
Dr. William and Dr. Susan, this is Karen. I have a question. So in our Management 497 capstone for the BA Business Information Systems degree program, we used to have our students to hand in their information technology strategic plans as the capstone. But years ago, we started also having students to present the key takeaways from their plan. Now, before we moved that change into place, I was told by several people, oh, your students will not like being in front of the camera. They're going to push back on that. I did not experience any pushback, and in fact, the students embrace it. Can you share your perception, the perception of your students as well as you rolled in their presentations using the technology?
Dr. Ivy, I'd like to answer that. When I taught this course, I was lucky to teach the first time we ran this program or this course, and the students were very welcoming of the presentation. I did not receive any pushback. In fact, they were more or less embracing it. I think they appreciated having the ability to do a presentation and receive feedback, not only in the classroom from other students, but also from me.
Yes, and I think that's something really to highlight because the end result, even the recording presentations of the students, that's something that they can even share with others, share with potential employers as well, with them providing such a wonderful presentation within the course.
Yes.
I'd like to say one thing, is that in the leadership courses that I've taught so far in the MBA program, every student has done their presentation who was able to start the class and finish the class. And so that's been fantastic, seeing them do that. And the only thing that I had to help one student with was they were having trouble with uploading one, and that was only one out of the multiple classes that I've taught. And I was able to get help for that student, and it was a problem with their own computer and connection. But it wasn't any concern with our software that we're using, the technology that we're using in the classroom. And once they figured that out, then they were able to submit their presentation. And it was great that I haven't received any emails from students who said that they couldn't do it. Now, I will tell you that in history, when I taught at brick and mortar schools, I've had students who were scared to death of giving a presentation. But what I've seen in this course so far is students were able to complete it and actually do a good job, each of them.